Hey, what's going on, guys? John Shea. Just kind of wanted to put together, I guess you could call this like a vlog. You know, a lot of people have been doing those on YouTube and thought maybe I'd start something up where I do something similar. I obviously haven't been doing a ton of new YouTube videos. I've been so focused as of lately kind of creating online courses, and that's been a really big thing for me. Thought I'd shoot a quick little video. I just finished doing some recording for my Udemy videos, and I've also been publishing some stuff on Skillshare. So I've been kind of playing around in this office room here with like the setup of how I had things sort of going. I'll actually show you really quick here. I have this green screen stand that I was using, but ultimately what I found was the green screen I couldn't get working really all that well with my lighting. Went and spent all this extra money on these lights. They're actually really nice lights. Here's one of them here with like a softbox piece, and this one I had batteries in because I was missing the charger piece, and it doesn't light up as bright as the other. So I thought I'd, you know, kind of show you a little bit of my setup, some stuff I've been working on, kind of give you an update. Let me flip this back. But yeah, you know, I've been spending so much time working on my online courses. That's like my real big focus right now. I've been spending a little bit of time as well working on things like reviews for different products. I've found that, you know, it's not something I want to spend all my time on, but here and there, if I could put together a really comprehensive review talking about a specific product, then that's something I feel like it's going to help people out. They can make a good decision based on what it is I'm talking about. I just put out one for ConvertKit, which is an email marketing platform. I did another one for a link building service for SEO called Fat Joe. It's a really weird name for a link building company, but did a review on that on my blog. And I've also done, I just did one as of today. Today I'm actually recording this on Valentine's Day. I don't know why they launched a product on Valentine's Day, but it's a Twitter lead generation tool called Leads.io. So I've been playing around with that a little bit, did a review on that. You know, otherwise things have been going pretty good for me. I feel like this month things have kind of gone a little bit downhill for me. I did a webinar earlier in the month, and you know, we did make some sales. I guess I can't really complain because it made about, I think it was about $1,500 in sales. But given that it was a webinar, it really should have been something that made like $5,000 or $6,000 in sales. So it was a little, you know, just kind of crappy because I spent a good solid, probably 3-4 hours on the slides for the webinar. And what ended up happening was, you know, we got a lot of people to show up live. I think we had 150 people on the live webinar, which is really good for this day and age. You know, you used to be able to get like 500 people on these webinars, but no one really does that these days because everybody's like automating them, and everybody knows that there's a sales pitch at the end. You know, they've been around for a little while. So anyway, I threw out a ton of value on how I create online courses using places like Udemy and Skillshare, pretty much doing all the different things that I've been working on, you know, and sold it for 200 bucks, and we got a few sales live, and then we put up a timer, got a few more sales. But I would have really hoped to get something like 20 or 30 sales, and that just didn't happen. So I don't know if it was the audience, if it was my presentation, not really sure, you know. And I've been kind of trying to get better at these webinars. I'm still fairly new to them. I've only been doing it since October, so it's now February, and really just kind of learned that skill from scratch right around that time. So been trying to spend a lot more time figuring that side of the business out. I've also been spending a lot more time just during the week really cranking out new videos. I've done a whole bunch of new free courses on Udemy, which is something pretty exciting. I feel like a lot of people have been already leaving me reviews that they really love the content I'm putting out. Another thing that I also had kind of a failure with this month was I was doing a lot of these free courses on Udemy, right? And over the past few years, I found that I've been able to make a little bit of extra affiliate commissions by talking about products in my Udemy courses. So what I decided to do is throw together another course that kind of talks about this method. I called it Affiliate Profit Loophole, and I launched that with Paul James. We ended up finding out that, you know, it just really didn't do all that well. Like I think we made maybe like 70 sales, and the last 2 launches that we did had over 500 sales. So it was really like a dud in comparison. You know, it did really terrible compared to these last 2 launches. So I feel like my income isn't doing so hot. This is like the time too when the Udemy income starts to kind of decline. You know, you're coming off like the November Christmas and sort of like New Year sort of sales that they do over there. So this month so far, I'm up to about $500. Not too bad. I might close it out around 1,000 if it stays at the same pace. And I'm also working on Skillshare. I've been cranking out new courses. I think I'm expecting, they pay out on the 16th of every month. So in 2 days, I'm getting a payout for them. And I actually have over 12,000 minutes watched on all of my Skillshare courses combined. I found out that they made some changes where they made it so now what they're actually doing is they pay out based on minutes watched. So if you put out a course and it gets all these people enrolling, but none of those people, you know, had watched the course, then it's basically not going to benefit you. So it kind of makes sense as a model. I mean, they previously were paying out based on like these premium enrollments. But if you could imagine, you know, let's say I'm a premium paying student, I enroll in this course as a premium person paying the monthly membership, and then what ends up happening is I don't watch the course. You know, why should Skillshare be paying based on that person enrolling? They should, so they changed the model to make it based on, you know, if somebody actually enrolls in the course, watches minutes. I think it's about 10 cents. It's like 5 to 10 cents per minute. I'm hoping it turns out that it ends up being something where it is 10 cents a minute, because based on the minutes I had, I should be getting paid around $1,200. So, you know, that's kind of what I've been working on. I've been finding that my mornings have been really tough. Like this morning, I didn't wake up until 9 a.m. I mean, obviously as an entrepreneur, you can kind of do what you want, but there was a week where I was starting to wake up at 5:30, and by the time 8 or 9 o'clock rolled around, I would have so much done. Like I would just be like ready to really get things going by 8 o'clock. I'd already have had like chores done around the house. I'd have dishes done. Laundry would have been started. All these things I just would have been able to get out of the way. And now I'm kind of like running around trying to do those things during the day today because I woke up so late. So it's a bit of a bummer. You know, I feel like I'm in somewhat of a slump this month. It's, you know, there's been a couple hits. But I think what I'm actually going to start working on, and this all kind of plays back into what I'm working on with online courses, is a good friend of mine. His name is Navid Moazzez. He actually was someone I interviewed a few years ago when I was doing my podcast, Voices of Marketing. And what he actually did was he made like this virtual summit where he went out and interviewed like 30 people that were all branding experts, people that could brand themselves really well online. So I thought that was really ingenious, and what he ended up doing was he actually gave it away for free. I remember when he first did it, he was really nervous. He was getting all these people to sign up. Like he had like 2,000 people go sign up for this thing for free. He leveraged a lot of the people he'd interviewed to get it out there, you know, put it out there on Facebook, all that stuff. And when he was all said and done, he actually took what he had created and he had all those emails of people that were really engaged. You know, they obviously loved the content. It was killer stuff he had put together. And he promoted this product by this guy, Ramit Sethi. This guy, he's got a website called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I'm not a huge follower of him, but I know who he is. And he promoted one of Ramit's products and as an affiliate, which means that you earn a commission, you know, based on recommending the product. Just kind of like what I was doing with Udemy. I mentioned a product, someone buys, I make a little bit of a commission. So what he ultimately did was he promoted this course, and he got it to a point where, you know, I think he made like $65,000 just promoting this other guy's stuff. Like it wasn't even his. He went out and promoted somebody else's course and made so much money that he was able to move away from Sweden. He actually moved out to San Diego for a brief short amount of time when I was actually on vacation out in San Diego, and I got to meet up with him for lunch and hang out for a bit. And I have a copy of his virtual summit course. He's got a whole course that lays out exactly how he did this. So what I've decided to do is I want to create a summit that's going to feature people that do these product launches. After this most recent one, I kind of felt like we didn't really have a whole lot of support on it, and that's something that my partner Paul, he usually could put something out there and it would just do so well on its own. But I kind of feel like, you know, if we had more support, we'd be probably getting more emails, making more sales, you know, really just kind of building that into a system. So I kind of want to leverage the idea of going out there doing the interviews, building that into a product, leveraging those relationships to maybe help me launch more products in the future. And then combined with all that, you know, it'll just turn into a, you know, a whole kind of working system. So I'm pretty excited about that. Today I'm going to sit down and actually start going through the virtual summit training on that and learn what Navid's done. it's been something I've known about for years and I've just never taken action with it. So beyond that, you know, that's kind of what I've been doing on the weekends. It's been pretty casual as of late. Like, I'll have friends over and we'll just play some video games and stuff, and haven't been as productive as I used to be. I mean, when I worked my full-time job, I would take Sundays and work a ton on the stuff I was doing. But I found that, you know, for me, it's like the weekends are the time to hang out. Like, that's when my girlfriend's out of work. So anyways, I'm gonna head out and actually get some flowers and candy and stuff, some cool gifts for Valentine's Day here, and hopefully I'll do some more of these videos in the future. You know, I'm not really sure what the plan is at the moment, but I bought this really expensive point and shoot Canon camera, and I'm like, you know what, I gotta start using this thing. So thought I'd throw this together. Don't forget to subscribe and like if you want to see more videos like this. Just let me know, and catch you on the other side.